Hey folks, Ryan here of Bridge City Boardgamers and the Cardboard Conjecture podcast, and we've got another big what's in the box video recording for you. As you can kind of see off the you got a glimpse in the corner here, we got the brand new Descent. Oh my goodness, Legends of the Dark. We're going to be unboxing this beast, this beauty. It is amazing. It is huge. Let's take a look at what's going on inside. Okay, so you can see here we've got the big, massive box of Descent, Legends of the Dark, published by Fantasy Flight Games, game designed by Kara Centel-Dunk and Nathan Hayek. And wow, this thing is absolutely beautiful. It is massive. You can admire. The artwork's actually way better in person than it has been on any screens that you see. And it's also very important to note here, you take a look at the bottom corner here, that this is Act 1 of the Legends of the Dark. So it's there's going to be multiple campaigns that are going to be introduced into this. And so let's admire the box for a second here and everything, because this thing is absolutely massive. It is about, I would say, okay, so it's your standard kind of like your Ticket to Ride size box, but it's like that on all four sides. It is massive, like a 1 foot by 1 foot cube type thing here. So, wow, that's amazing. And we can go ahead here and we can take a look at that. You guess you don't need to, that was off the, you don't need to see that part, everything. And then you can kind of see here, you got your standard layout that you've seen in all the other media outlets, stuff like that. When they've been pumping up the game, requires the free digital companion app, which I have already loaded here, and you can kind of see here. You can when you download. I got it on my iPad. It's all ready to go. Went live last night as of this recording. And yeah, there is so much to see here. Yeah, let's dive in. Let's get right into it. Let's see what's inside. Let's see what's inside this massive box here. I'm going to try to just kind of punch a little bit of a hole here so we can start ripping it. Get it open. I love the kind of like the artwork there on the little bit of the box lift. Okay, got that all aside, got that all done. Okay, let's see here. Oh, these you can see, you can't really see it. Can I set it up there? The UV emboss is actually very well done and highlighted on the ruins and the orange to make it really pop and everything like that. See if I can do it a little bit more. If you can kind of see it a little bit in my light on that emboss. But so let's do what we've been waiting for here. Let's take a look at what's in the box. So the small little lid's gonna lift up here. The lid off to the side there. Okay, so we've got our typical. Oh wow, there's a lot of different little books here. So let's take a look here. So we've got the Learn to Play. So let's slide this big massive box off to the side here for a second, and let's take a look at the Learn to Play book. Okay, you got your cover art there. Let's take a look at what we're going to get into. Okay, so lots of different types of components. Okay. Going through fundamental concepts, the heroes, the weapons, the app, the enemies, the setup, which I believe if you go through the app is going to explain much of these things, but if you would definitely want to be one of those people ahead of time, playing a quest, the hero phase, movement examples, fight, line of sight, which I really like what they did with the line of sight here. Just going from the center of from a square to the center of a square really cleans it up. Really nicely done. Hero attacks again. I think. Now here's my thing. We got this very nice physical rule book here. People are gonna really enjoy having the physical rule book and everything, but then things are handled with the app, and so I think that we can probably start getting away from these physical books and kind of have more digital. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Me kind of being going into like what we want to do here now for in the gaming industry. Just let's go for more digital based things here. Damage and fatigue, committing tests, additional enemy rules, heroes effects, terrain. We're going to get into a bunch of terrain here. Elevation, downward movement. So again, with the concept of the 3D terrain here is that there's going to be you know, advantages, disadvantages for being higher, lower than your enemies, or enemies compared to you. And of course, it's a campaign game. We're going to go through the campaign rules. And again, I think the app handles lots of these different things inside there. The city screen, the campaign map, some clarification, so kind of like a little mini FAQ kind of going on here, so that's okay. And of course your credits, and a quick reference on the back side. This is really well done. Slide that off to the side here. Let's see what we've got going on here. We've got the lore guide. So I guess we're going to do a little bit of reading into the lore beforehand, which will be really, really nice and helpful. Kind of gets you really immersed into the Descent experience here that it's bringing you. Which is why you kind of buy, why you get into these types of games. Oh, and there's the math of Forthen. You get into these kind of games because you want to be immersed in the world. You want to be immersed in the experience. So of course, having something like lore and having all that kind of stuff handy for you is going to just make that immersion just a little bit better. And of course, the artwork. I don't know what people are talking about the artwork. I find this artwork is absolutely stunning. It's even better looking at it actually in person. So there's that. We got the we got a little kind of like a little handy reference sheet here about, I guess, putting together some terrain. Oh yeah, the assembly diagrams. This thing looks kind of really, really cool. Dragon wings and sub-assemblies, dragon body, the dragon head. Okay, your dials, this guy, this Centurion hybrid assembly looks really, really, really cool. So I'm gonna have to keep that. I'm gonna keep that one a little bit separate. That one's gonna be handy because that's probably what I'm gonna do after this video. The Realms of Terranoth. Continue your adventures and explore the realms of Terranoth. And so your quest has just begun. This is the advertisement, I guess, because this is kind of like the Realms of Terranoth role-playing system that they got with their Genesis. Yeah, their Genesis role-playing system that they have. And so, yeah, you kind of immerse yourself in that world just a little bit more. And there's just kind of just like a one little page leaflet advertising the fact. Okay, let's bring the box back. And of course, the very first things you see here are the miniatures right here resting on top here. So let's take a look at these guys. Let's take a look at this first layer. Oh, looks like the bottom layer kind of came off there. So let's take those guys. I'll grab these guys out. I'll slide the top off there. Okay, there's so many miniatures. I'm going to check this guy. This guy's already kind of really popped out here. Kind of like some sort of like ice golem like rock golem like figure. And I must say this plastic that they used here, really, really nicely done. really accentuates. I'm going to try to get this a little bit closer for us to kind of see the detail that's inside that you can see. It feels really, really nice. Definitely a different type of model that you would get than you in the other Descent games. That guy's really, really cool. Let's take a look at what else we got here. Let's take a look at this guy here. The models kind of, they do come out of their little plastic trays here. Really, really quite nice. We got this guy. Nice little staff. And again, really nice quality miniatures that you're getting inside of this game. I'm not gonna. I don't know. Do I have to? Well, we're gonna be playing with the minis. We better be showing off the minis. Let's take a look at this guy. This looks like there. They feel really nice. They're nice and light, and the amount of detail that you can see in them is really quite remarkable. So kudos to you, Fantasy Flight Games, for coming up with something here. Like these are really nice. Let's take a look at one of these, kind of like the wolf-like figure. Really nice. Let's take a look at this kind of like the shaman-like figure here. Kind of bring it out here. Base is kind of a little stuck. There we go. Again, you can kind of see the level of detail that they went in with this. Really kind of cool. Really nice little storage system here. I guess the gray ones would be our heroes, and these darker ones, these lighter ones, are going to be all our enemies that we're going to be taking a look at. Oh, this guy looks really cool. Let's show off this guy. Wow. Okay, it's kind of like these guys look really, really nice. Very, very nice. Okay, let us continue. So I'm going to stack these. I know how they were. This one was on top of that one, and then the little plastic thing kind of sits on top there, just like that. Okay. I do off to the side, bring back the massive box, grab this, and this just looks like that Centurion model that has its own little pieces. Let's try assembling this and see what, take out all the pieces here. Let's see if it's, goes like that, and I believe this would just pop into the back like that, and voila, matter of seconds, all snaps together very nicely, very beautifully. Very nice large miniature. The level of detail that they got on this guy, really nicely done. Beautiful, really awesome. He's the kind of the guy that you saw in the advertisements and on the back of the box. Let's see, does it just pop out? Yeah, they just pop out really nicely again. You can put them back into its tray. You don't have to leave them assembled or anything like that. Just pop them back in here, just like that, for storage. You saw that the assembly and disassembly very, very fast, very quick. Okay, what else we got going on in here? We got, big stack cardboard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, quick count without actually going in. 13 big, massive punch boards. We'll go through those very, very shortly. What else we got in here? Okay, we got a big deck of cards. We got the dice. Tokens or stands, some sleeves, the Game Genic, of course, because that's the Asmodee brand. There's 8 sleeves because I believe there is some sort of sleeving system that you need to use for some of the cards. Okay, some more, another pack of cards. Another pack of cards. And our hero sheets. We'll each take a look at those, and you can kind of see, there we go, there's the inside of the box again. There's that very iconic, I guess it will be iconic eventually here, artwork. You can take that out. You can kind of see there. And that's the empty of the base of the top piece. That's the base of the top piece. And then watch this. This is actually really quite cool. So this is the top piece. So as I see my box is a little bit damaged here. I'm gonna have to contact Fantasy Flight about that. Asmodee, a little bit of box damage on mine, just on the one corner though. And watch this. This is really, really kind of cool. This part slides right off. That box slides right off, to leave you with the lower half that is empty. And the lower half, from what I've gathered, is that it is used to store, once you've assembled the terrain pieces, the 3D terrain pieces, you can throw them into the bottom of the box here. Now, I guess, and that's nice. It's got like a nice little, cardboard walls, and it does slide on out here. I hope I don't spoil it. Hopefully is there anything in the bottom of the box? No, there's nothing in the bottom of the box. But this slides kind of just right in there for this part to sit upon. I just kind of wish they kind of made you some compartments that you could use to just kind of like, maybe organize your pieces instead of just throwing them in there. Oh no, maybe there is something on the punch boards. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so we're going to throw that aside. Let's grab our components here. Let's take a look at the heroes. Okay, so grab these out. Okay, so we got Bryn, which everybody's the one of the crazier looking helmets that we've seen around. And then we got the same, we got the flip side. A little bit different stats along the edge, some different fatigue values. Okay, we got Barracks. We've got Chance. We've got Cirrus, however you want to pronounce it. Potato. We got Kelly, which is by far one of the best representations of a dwarf that I've seen in a very, 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 very long time. Galadin. And then looks like we got some terrain pieces here. On one side, it's kind of like a greeny bog or a fort, kind of more like a greeny bog or slime or ooze. And then lava on the other side. There's 3 of those. And we kind of got like a rock. We got kind of like a spike pit here. And on this other side, we got some water. We got 3 of those. Okay, nice card stock. Nothing to complain about there. Very nice. I've always been a big critic though of like just having like player aids like this that are kind of just more like a cardstock, flimsy cardstock, but it works. I understand the choice behind it, but you got a big production like this, probably just go big or go home type of thing. These probably could have been nice little cardboard tiles. If you got this much cardboard already, what's just a little bit more, in my humble opinion, but again, conjecture. So I'll throw those back into their baggies, set that off to the side here. Let's take a look at the dice. Oh, and we also got inside the dice bag here is also the connectors for anything that maybe that has a dial or something like that, or you have things that pin together. So those are inside the dice bag here. And then yeah, we got our standard. We got our blue 12-sideds. We've got our orangey 8-sideds, and we got our blacks 6-sideds, and they have all they're the customary. Let's grab one of each here. Throw them up there. They're very nice. Very nice. Little light, but super functional. Whoops. And that one's on the ground. I'll find that one later. Throw all those things in there, and I'll throw these little guys back into their baggie as well so I don't lose them. Alright, let's take a look at these. These are just little plastics. You know, just a little bag of plastic token things. So I'll figure out what those have to do later. Okay, and then we got our packs of cards on the sleeves. We don't need to open up the sleeves just yet, but we got our packs of cards here. Let's take a look at this one, because this one looks like it has the player aids on them in this pack. 1, 2, 3, 4 player aids. Hero turn, dice results. Hero conditions, enemy statuses. Just a little reference. But again, I think the app takes care of most of this kind of stuff too. So exactly why we're including players, player aids for a game that's very app assisted is, I don't know, beyond me. But who am I to say? I don't work at these types of companies. Okay, and we got some, looks like some trait cards. I'll try to go through it real quickly. Leadership, taunt. Oh, I see. Oh, okay, these belong to actual characters here. Let's take a look at Bryn here for a second. Okay, I can see that now. Got the character in the corner here. How much experience, I'm assuming this is going to cost, and the fatigue that this card will use. And they are double-sided. And very nice linen finish quality on these cards. A 2 XP. Very nice. And then we've got the for the other characters here. Other character. Next character. Doesn't look like usually they're look like they're about 1 or 2 XP for the particular cards that they're spending on. And then looks like we got some blood splatter cards. They don't have any characters on them. Cautious, slowed, tired. So these look like some statuses that your characters could possibly end up having. Heavy heart, heavy hands. Okay, cauterization. Looks like some statuses you can just attach to your characters. Okay, so we got our character cards and hero play reference cards. Those are all in one baggie. Let's take a look at this baggie. Okay, so we look like the first things. These look like items that we can possibly get. Everything like that. So I'll try to go like this. Some items. Oh yeah, some armor. So these ones are all armor related. Some shoulder pads. Really kind of cool. Cloaks. Some clothing that you guys can get, but then there's a flip side to them too. So they all got a second side to them. Because that is one of the main mechanics of this game too is the flipping of the cards, and your flipping of your items to give them different abilities or different stats. And this one looks like a big old stack of items. Okay, so we got like mud potions, and it's double-sided. Flip it. Endurance, guardians. Lots of different types of items that I'm assuming we'll be accumulating over the course of our adventure and adventures. And Very well done. Very nice art. Very the card quality, second to none. This is great card quality. So there's a baggie that has some of your armor and items. And again, like I was saying, as I'm going through this, the artwork is absolutely phenomenal. And then it looks like we got a few extra items on the end here. Okay, just some more potions here. We got some more items that are more equipment that we can attach to ourselves. These ones look like they're labeled as trinkets. Lots of different types of trinkets that you can attach to yourself. And then these ones look like, I'm just going to kind of do a quick scan here. And these all look like they're very hero-specific weapons. So like the very first set here, I'm going to go here, is for Bryn. Okay, Warden's Blade, Wing Blade. Again, all double-sided because of that flipping mechanic. Lots of different weapons that you can attach. And then again, for all the characters, these look like all the different weapons. And again, the art. I am not a big art guy, but the art really is drawing me in. And then it looks like some ruins that you might be able to get. These aren't specific to any character, so I'm assuming these are just things that you'll be able to accumulate. And that looks like does look like the physical components. And so I like the minimalistic fact that you don't have that many components to this game. Well, I guess Ryan, don't speak too soon, Ryan, because you do have a big stack of cardboard that is going to be incoming here. And I can already see there's some small tokens on here. And the one thing that Fantasy Flight, Asmodee, they're famous for really not doing is that you have a whole bunch of these little components here. And did you notice I didn't pull out any extra baggies? That's always a knock on me. Luckily, I do have my drawer somewhere in this house that has a ton of extra baggies. So I'll reach into that drawer and to find some, and I'll just kind of try to slide open this cardboard here. Open up this plastic, so as you can see, this big. See if you do the width of your thumb, that's about a 1-inch stack of pure cardboard that we're getting into here. And take away that plastic here. All right, but I am going to assume there are going to be tokens, but this is going to be a lot of the terrain and the map tiles that we will be using. As I can see here, I can already see in part of this one. There's the numbering 3A, 18A up at the top over here. We got columns, the fatigue tokens here. Yeah, and I flip it over and it's a different type of terrain that's on each of these. And I can already see some of the terrain is already punching out. The tokens punch out very, very, very easily. Okay, yeah, and even this terrain piece, yeah, that column just punched out really, really, really smoothly. So I'm going to do that. I'll do the punching out in a little bit. Here we go. Here's another one, and on the other side. Again, lots of my as I'm just holding them, some of these pieces are punching nice out. You like to see that? I like to see easy punch outs because I hate for the cardboard to actually rip while punching it out. Okay. You can see some of these, and you can kind of see also on the terrain, I'll just punch this one out just for example. That punched out really, really easily. You can see on the terrain here that there are the notches, and those notches are going to be what helps you actually create the 3D-ness of the terrain themselves. They'll be able to slide into different pieces and columns like that. Like I can probably just be able to put this column here, and I could probably just insert that right there, and it's already, it kind of attaches, so I can create a bit. Oh, right there, there's the notch right there. So like I can use right there, and now it can be able to, once this column's assembled, I can create a 3D piece of terrain. Nice. There's another one. This is going to be a big exercise for me this afternoon, is just to punch and assemble all of this terrain and all of this bits and all of these pieces. I will save you, the viewer, from watching me punch and create. Okay, here's the health dials. So that's where all those little black plastic knobs will be, so you can create the plastic dials. And there's the punch board. There's for some trees. You can create the trees, the cardboard trees there. And then this looks like just kind of like that cardboard. Just look at all the pieces to the cardboard dragon that there was some instructions for earlier, and then yeah, some more, and all these little tokens. Okay, wow. Lots and lots of stuff going on inside of Descent Legends of the Dark here. I'm just going to kind of put grab this again, grab the lid just to kind of throw it on top there. As you can see, it all holds together right there. Wow. Okay, big box for a big game. Can't wait to get going on it. Again, the app is ready to go. Just gonna kind of bring it in here. I'll kind of show you. It's kind of like unboxing a little bit. It's right there. We got the app, new campaign, load a campaign, animated, and every time that I seem to open up this the screen, the background is a little bit different. Like who's sitting around the campfire is always a little bit different. Kind of a neat little touch to it. So if I new campaign, it's gonna ask me to enter my party name. I'll just say Ryan. Embark. Okay, journey, standard, heroic, warfare. Most likely just be a standard type of animation. Was kind of cool. And it's loading. And now you may seem like, I saw this too. It may seem like it's just taking forever to load. That's because down in the corner here, it actually just says continue. The D that they used for loading and the D they used for continue are exactly the same. So I don't know what the design choice was there, or the graphic design choice was there, but you just hit continue. And then, yeah, so if it seems like it's taking forever to load, and then now it's going to start taking you through the story. So if it seems like it's taking forever to load, look at that and see if it says continue, because if it says continue, just tap on it and you're off to the races. All right. Wow. Well, I know what I'm doing for the rest of this afternoon. Thank you once again for joining me to unbox Descent Legends of the Dark, Fantasy Flight Games here. If you enjoyed this video, please consider commenting, subscribing to our YouTube channel, which is starting to get populated a little bit more with videos. Tune into the Cardboard Conjecture podcast. It arrives every Saturday, where Norm, Ian, and myself, we talk about various topics in the gaming world. Every Wednesday, you can tune into our What You've Been Playing Wednesday podcast, which has a whole schwackload of Canadian content creators talking about what they've been playing lately. And yeah, check the bottom of the screen here. You can follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, I guess we have Twitch now. Rob from the Meeple Dungeon and I have been Twitch streaming some Ashes Reborn content. Yeah, so just if you just search up Bridge City Boardgamers on all those social media platforms, you'll find us and see what we've been up to lately. All right, folks. Until another big game arrives, I've been Ryan. Cheers.